Hello again everyone, Saka here and welcome back to NASCAR Racing 2003 Season the Full Circle Racing Designs 22 mod. And we're here to start the round of 8 here at Las Vegas on the pole in our number 39 X4 Tides of Avarice Camaro. And Brandon on that outside row in that 27 A-Shock Toyota for 27 laps here at Las Vegas. And of course we will need a pit stop. And it's a question of if we need right side tires or all 4 tires, and depends on what the AI does. We have Denny Hamlin right behind us and William Byron right behind Brandon as we get set, waiting for the green flag, and we take off in the restart box clear. And a really good start for us, Brandon with a decent start as well. The AI cars fighting side by side as we go through turn 1, never lifting through here. And grinding out just a little bit. Brandon with a run on the top. We won't move up to block. Brandon's got that head of steam coming off of turn 2, and that seems to be the best place to make up speed here is on that outside of turn 2. Denny Hamlin looking to our outside as well. Kurt Busch following on that outside, and Denny Hamlin looking to the inside for the lead. Byron on the outside. Kyle Busch, the hometown guy, surrounded by bushes actually, on that bottom line. And they should get that run off that high line. We'll stick under William Byron the best we can down the back straightaway as Denny Hamlin paces the field, and Kurt Busch having a solid run. Chase Elliott on our outside fender as well, still 2x2. But we can race pretty well side by side here at Vegas. A few different grooves available, and that draft is pulling us down that front straightaway as we pack it into turn 1. Brandon scraping into turn 1 as well, clears the 45, and we'll try to follow on the bottom under Kurt Busch with Kyle Busch pushing us down that back straightaway, the Nellis super stretch, and get down into turn 3. We bottom out just a little bit, car washes up ever so slightly, had to get out of the gas, but Kurt Busch fighting back on that high side, but we will be pushed by the 45 and get a good shot down into turn 1 nice and clear. And Denny Hamlin is showing the way, kind of keeping that pace up, and we'll see if we can keep in touch and maybe see what Hamlin does on pit stops. We want to pit it about halfway around lap 13 or so if this stays green, and Las Vegas has a tendency to stay green as the cars get strung out single file, just really picking them up and laying them down with some fast laps here. It's a very quick race here at Vegas. Laps go by and tire wear holds on pretty decently. It's not like a Darlington where these tires will start to fall off tremendously, but maybe for the AI cars we'll see deeper into this run whether or not Denny Hamlin comes back to us. But Denny is trying to punch his ticket to the championship for, just like myself and Brandon are as well, and the other 5 competitors as well. Kyle Busch looks to the inside. We'll give him the bottom and let him suffer on that bottom. We'll try to hang on that outside fender and wash up just a little bit as Ryan Blaney, who was eliminated after that last round at the Roval, is going just for bragging rights here. And Chase Elliott follows down at the bottom. He is in the round of 8. So pretty stout group of competitive cars up front here. Kyle Larson as well, and sort of single filing out. Ryan Blaney puts the 18 to the outside groove. We'll see if we can follow Kyle on that outside. We have a gap behind the 9, but the 24 fills that gap quick down to the bottom. We can't get down to the white line, and surrounded by Hendrick cars for sure. We'll roll that high line, try to stay on the outside of the 24, carry that speed. He clears us off the corner. We'll look to the inside. We can use the apron if we would want to, but I think we can set him up going into turn 1 here, right on the bottom. Car bottoms out a bit. Brandon fighting on that high line, and we're clear out to the wall. Carry that speed through the corner. Kyle Larson making a move, and Brandon right there pressuring the 18 on that outside, trying to get Kyle Busch going as Denny Hamlin extends that gap ever so slowly, and Ryan Blaney is looking to track him down. Oh, Brandon going 3 wide under Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. Oh, Brandon into Chase, into Kyle. We get it straight. Brandon to the apron, comes up. Oh, and just barely clips Kyle Busch. We'll get through that. That will bring out the yellow. And once we get back around, we'll see if anyone else is collected in that maelstrom. See how Kyle is doing. See how Brandon made it through that wreck. But we will come across the line in fourth. And I don't know if this is going to be in our pit window or not, but we have taken the caution in fourth. Let's take a look at that incident. So lap 9, we saw it unfold. Brandon up into the 9, into the 18, and everyone kept it straight. Brandon having to use all the racetrack to gather it back up into Kyle Busch, sliding down, and he clipped somebody. Oh, and clipped the 7 as well. So that was Stenhouse that just ever so slightly hit Kyle Busch, but it was enough to cause significant engine damage. He's missing that right front fender. Same for Corey LaJoie, and that is what brought out the caution. So coming to lap 11, 17 laps to go, we are within the fuel window, and everyone comes down to pit road speed. 3,500 in second gear. We're going to be the very last pit stall on pit road. So we'll be passing all of these guys up as they make that left turn into their stall. And we might try 2 tires here. I'm not sure. We'll sort of get a feel what everyone else is doing. If we see everyone else is passing us, we'll try to stop the 4 tire change. But let's get those tires on, boys. Let's go. So far, so good. It looks like everyone is doing 4. So we will follow suit, take 4 tires, and we should be able to roll straight forward. So Hamlin and Blaney gets by us, but we come across in 3rd. And Brandon looks like he came across the line in 5th behind Kyle Larson. So let's re-rack them up and get back to green. So coming to lap 14, halfway through this race. We're good on tires, good on fuel. It's basically a reset. Starting in 3rd, and green flag is out. Get a good run. We actually restarted in 1st gear just to try to get a little bit of a launch there. We got into Ryan just a little bit, trying to get him past Denny Hamlin. If Ryan Blaney wins, no worries. He does not go on to the championship for Denny Hamlin, though, however, if he does win, he secures his place in the championship race in Phoenix. So we need Ryan Blaney to win. If we can't do it, Kyle Larson looking to our inside, making the pass to the inside, and Brandon back there amongst a hornet's nest, but it looks like he is prevailing up there in 5th. So we'll watch this unfold. We'll hope that these guys come back to us here. On new tires, we're starting to wash up the racetrack just a little bit until the temperatures and pressures come up. Then we should be on a rail. We should be okay in this clean air. At least that's what I am going to hope. Ryan Blaney stretching out that lead just a little bit, looking in the mirror. No gains from behind. See if we can get a good turn 1 and 2 here. Kyle Larson entering the corner a little bit higher. We entered lower and paid the price as we're sort of washing up to that second groove there. Probably losing a lot of time down the straightaway. That's going to allow the cars behind us to catch up. We need to get through turn 1 a whole lot better, and actually bottomed out going into turn 3, causing the car to wash out as well. We need these pressures to come up so we don't smack our diffuser on the pavement. Let's get down into turn 1. And car is handling much better, able to really hang that white line. So I think tires are come alive. And looking in that mirror, Brandon is a little bit closer, bringing that pack with us. But with this single file restart, we won't be under too much pressure, I don't believe. It's going to take a lot for these guys to get side by side. The fast cars seem to be able to run single file, and Ryan Blaney is really picking him up and laying him down here, but Hamlin is not letting him go, and Kyle Larson is actually creeping in the picture just a little bit. We definitely need Ryan Blaney to win this if we can't get back up to 4th. And looking in the mirror, they are growing bigger. I'm thinking that's Brandon behind us. We'll see if he can continue to eat into our gap and see if that is indeed Brandon the further into this run we go. Getting less than 10 laps to go, so even if there was a substantial crash, we'd line up single file again. But hopefully we can run this race green and track these guys down. We need their tire wear to really kick in. We're better than the AI in taking care of our tires. So over the long run, I think we're faster. We just need that long run to prevail, and we need the rest of this race to go green. And in fact, that is Brandon creeping up ever so slightly in the mirror there. probably down the straightaway if I had to make a guess. We get out, bottoming out, and there's Brandon right on our rear bumper. So he gets a great turn 2. We'll protect the bottom here, see if he wants to roll that outside. He follows our tire tracks down on the white line. And if Brandon can pull us up to the leaders, then more power to us. I'm all about that co-opetition, trying to be a little bit faster. But Ryan Blaney putting on a clinic, holding off Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. But if Larson gets racy with Hamlin and they stay side by side for a few laps, that'll bring us right in. Hamlin going for the lead under Ryan Blaney. And if Hamlin cannot get around Blaney, that's going to pull all 3 of them as they're a rolling roadblock now. And Brandon did not have a good exit. I didn't see what was happening in the mirror. I was focused out front. But Larson trying to make the do-si-do and take advantage of that position as well. And as you can see, we're creeping up ever so slightly. Come on, guys, stay side by side, just like that. But Hamlin clears entering turn 3. But it works out in our favor that Larson and Blaney are side by side. We're still going to gain on those guys a bit, punching a huge hole in the air in front of us. We'll really be able to close that gap a bit. But Larson is around Blaney, so we did make up some time. Let's see if we're close enough to pounce, and let's see if they work their tires trying to maintain that position. As we really haven't gone faster, they've just gone slower. Good middle, but still scraping just a little bit, but not too bad through that entry. It's all about finding where the car scrapes and where it doesn't. And I think the less scrape we have, the better off we'll be. Really hooking that white line. We bottomed out just a little bit there, but we were already going straight, so no harm, no foul. Really getting that pull now. We need Larson to try to make a move around Hamlin if possible. Or if Blaney wants to try to make a run around Larson, I'm all for that too. Brandon's still within striking distance back there. If these guys get fighting and I can't get around, he'll be right there as well. Really throwing it into turn 1. I think I got these guys in the middle of turn 1 and 2. Right there. Oh, come on. We just need a little bit more speed under Blaney. Blaney rolls out of it a bit. Can we complete that pass? And we open up that hole for Brandon to follow right on the bottom. He should get around Ryan Blaney as well. So put Ryan back 2 spots and pressing the attack on Kyle Larson. We need to get around Hamlin. We do not want him winning this race. I was cool if Blaney was going to win it, but not Denny Hamlin. And around the 5 of Larson, in striking distance of Denny Hamlin as well. As these laps tick down, I'm running out of time quick. Just touching that apron a little bit, no harm, no foul. Looking at the flag man, 1 more lap to go, and this is for the championship with Denny Hamlin leading the way. Let's make that dive down to the inside. Brandon follows us through on the bottom. They'll fight side by side. That's what I like to see. We just need a good run through 3 and 4, and our ticket to Phoenix has been filed. Scraping a bit, but able to get the car turned down. Brandon completes that pass on Denny Hamlin, carrying that speed off the corner. Checkered flag is in the air, and we will take Vegas by just a car length over Brandon and set sail for the championship for taking Denny Hamlin. Ow, Blaney. Getting Denny Hamlin on that last lap. Let's take a look at your top 10. So we take the checkered flag by just that much. It wasn't big at all. Denny Hamlin in 3rd, Ryan Blaney in 4th, Kyle Larson in 5th, Joey Logano 6th, William Byron in 7th, Martin Truex Jr. in 8th. Oh, Martin Truex Jr. taking us out. Cole Custer in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Chase Elliott. And your remaining championship round of 8 driver was Kevin Harvick, who finished in 11th. So a pretty stout race for all of the championship contenders. And looking at the points after Las Vegas, we are in the championship for Brandon. 63 points to the good. He just needs to finish in the top 20 next week to be guaranteed in on points. Hamlin just 2 to the good over Larson. Logano tied. Byron 3 back, Harvick 10 back, Chase Elliott 11 back. So it is still a tight-knit group for the round of 8. and we head to Miami-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex Racing Facility, Flower Tire Lube and Gift Shop next week. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for Miami. Take care.